Why the frick is this lagging so much? Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. hope hope everyone is doing good. I know Fantastic Four just came out. I have not seen that yet. I still haven't seen Superman. I've heard mixed things on Superman, or excuse me, Fantastic Four. But yeah, I probably won't see it for a while. But haven't really got a whole lot of news regarding NBA. Free agency's kind of been slow, kind of been a bit quiet. Haven't really gotten any trades either. I know NFL is around the corner. First preseason game is on the 31st, which is Thursday, I think. Chargers are playing the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. But football is going to be back soon, so very excited for that. But yeah, basically, this live shouldn't be too long. Just going to be doing an NFL team tier list and an NBA team tier list based on, the off season so far. Obviously, things can happen like right after training camp, but we'll have to wait and see. But start off with the NFL because the NFL's a lot, the NFL is coming back sooner. But we'll start off with NFL. So we'll start off with the Packers. I think it'll be like a middle of the pack team. I think playoffs. But I just think they're in a very tough division, and I just think they're the weakest in that division. Like the NFC North is really, really, really good. So I think it's gonna be really tough for them to make the playoffs in that division, and I think they have the weakest roster out of everybody in that division. The Bears. So I like the Bears off season. I like the improvements they made with the offensive line because that was a big issue for Caleb Williams. Their defense is still pretty good. They got Ben Johnson as their head coach. It's just going to come down to is it going to work? It's going to come down to chemistry and health, and can Ben Johnson succeed as a head coach? We'll see if they can. Again, they're in a tough position. They're in a tough division, but they're very talented though. So I like what they got going for them. I just hope they're not, disappointing like they were last year. But much better team than they were last year. Then we got the Lions, despite losing Ben Johnson in that embarrassing playoff loss against the Commanders. Their defense was hit with a lot of injuries, so I still think they're a Super Bowl contender. I still think they can make the Super Bowl. This got to be the year where they at least make the Super Bowl, because then it's just like, what are we doing here? But we'll put them there. And then right off the north, we'll go with the Vikings. I think the Vikings are a lot better than people give them credit for. JJ McCarthy technically playing his first season because he was injured last year. We'll see if he can be a good starter for Minnesota. He's in a really good situation, great coach, and can't remember his name for some reason. Really good offensive line, really good wide receiver core. They have a great defense as well. So I think the Vikings, you can make a case that they have the best roster in the division, but they have a rookie quarterback under center, so we really don't know how he's going to look this year. But I do think the Vikings are a lot better than people give them credit for, and I still think they'll make the playoffs. Then we got the Saints. Saints are going to be really bad. Tyler Shuck is going to be their quarterback, their starting quarterback. And then the other option is I can't remember his name. Why can I not remember his name? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Their O-line's bad. Their D-line's old and washed, and their first-year head coach. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get the first pick, to be honest. But yeah, Saints are going to be really bad this year. Falcons, I think they're going to be mid. I think they'll be like a 8-9 or a 9-8 kind of a team. I don't like their coach. Their defense is not very good. Their offensive line got worse. They lost a really good center to Chicago. Michael Penix is injury prone, and their backup's Kirk Cousins, who he's old and injury prone. He looked amazing the first part of the season, and then he just collapsed out of nowhere and just got benched for Michael Penix. And Michael Penix had some good moments. But I don't know. I just don't think their coach is an idiot, so I just don't trust the coach. They have some nice young players, but like Bijan and Drake London, but I just don't think they're going to be that good, unfortunately. Next, we got the Panthers. I think they'll be a promising young team. They'll be entertaining to watch. We'll see if Bryce Young can, beat the bust allegations. He had a nice turnaround after getting benched for Andy Dalton. So he just has to stay consistent with it, and he has to keep it up this year. I think their defense will be a little bit better. They made some nice signings, and they made some nice draft picks. They had a pretty solid draft, but it's gonna be a bit of a slow rebuild for Carolina. But I do think they have a bright future. And then you got Tampa Bay. Easily a playoff team. You can make an argument they're a Super Bowl contender. I mean, you got Baker, you got Bucky Irving, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin back again. They got Egbuka in the draft, which I don't really agree with them doing that. I don't think it was necessary because you already had McMillan. But really good wide receiver core. The only thing that worries me is the defense. But other than that, it should be a really good team. And then we got the Seahawks. I think they'll be mid, to be honest. I mean, they might be better than the Falcons, maybe. I think their defense is better. Just all depends on Sam Darnold. Is he going to be able to stay healthy? Well, that wasn't a problem. Because are they going to be able to keep pressure out of his face? Because we saw how bad he was in Week 18 against the Lions and the wild card against the Rams, where pressure got in his face, he just crumbled and couldn't do anything. But they might be able to make the playoffs. We'll see. They got the 49ers. I don't think they're as bad as people are saying they are. I think they'll have a chance to make the playoffs. But health is going to play a big factor into that. Brock Purdy got paid a lot of money. So we'll see if, he can, remain a good starting quarterback for them. McCaffrey will be back from injury. Hopefully Ayuk can return to what he was in 2023. Hopefully the Jennings thing gets sorted out because he either wants to get paid or wants to get traded. And George Kittle should be back. Fred Warner. That defense lost a lot of pieces, but I felt like they had a pretty good draft, though. And then we got the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are a lot better than people give them credit for. I just think there's a good chance that they do make the playoffs, and I think it's a good chance that they win the division as well. Thought they had a pretty good draft, pretty good free agency. They got Josh Sweat from the Eagles. So I think they're a little bit better than people give them credit for. And then the Rams, I think the Rams will win the division. They'll probably be like a 4 seed. They'll probably be a playoff team. This will probably be the last good year of Stafford. They have a good defensive line. They got Devontae Adams, Puka, Kyron Williams. So I think they'll be a pretty good team still. Then you got the Giants. The Giants, I think, will be promising. You got Russell Wilson. You got Tyron Tracy, Malik Neighbors. They drafted Jackson Dart. I don't expect him to play at all. They pretty much guaranteed that Russ will start. And they have a pretty good defense as well. You got Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter. That defense looks scary. And they have a pretty solid secondary, too. They had a pretty good free agency. So I think the Giants look promising. I just don't think they'll make the playoffs yet, though. And then the Eagles, we all know where they got to go. They got to go in Super Bowl contenders until proven otherwise. They might get hit with the Saquon or the Madden cover curse because Saquon's on the cover. But we'll have to wait and see. Cowboys, I think, will be mid. Probably better than the Falcons. They might be worse than the Seahawks, though. Then the Commanders. Commanders, they're a little overrated, just a little bit. I think they have a decent roster. You have Jaden Daniels. I know the whole Terry McLaurin stuff is kind of ridiculous. They just need to hurry up and pay him already. Probably take him over the Cardinals. Might take them over the Packers. I think that's the farthest I can put them is over the Packers. Maybe over the Bears, maybe. All right, the Browns are not going to be good. They have like 4 different quarterbacks. So they're going to be, switching out quarterbacks like crazy. Then we have the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. I think they'll be mid, to be honest. They'll probably be better than the Falcons because of their defense. Seahawks and Cowboys probably be better, though. But, yeah. All right, the Ravens, I don't care what anyone says. It should still be a Super Bowl team. Probably put them over the Lions. Can't put them over the Eagles, though. But I still think as long as you got Lamar Jackson, there should be a Super Bowl contender. Then you got the Bengals. They should be a playoff team. It's just how's that defense going to look? Probably bottom playoff. I think they should. If they miss the playoffs 3 years in a row, someone needs to get fired. But yeah, it's defense has been a big issue. They finally resolved the whole Shamar Stewart dilemma, which is ridiculous. It was over a rookie scale contract. Um, but yeah, just not a fan of how they handle that, and they need to solve the whole Trey Hendrickson thing. Colts, I think, are going to be bad. I think they'll be better than the Browns. I should probably move the Saints down there. They'll be better than the Browns. But AR, Anthony Richardson, and Daniel Jones as your quarterback room. I don't think so. Then the Titans will probably be worse than them. Titans could end up being better. You never know. I think Cam Ward will be good, but he has a weak supporting cast around him. And then Jaguars. I think they'll be promising with Travis Hunter. I think they'll look good. I just don't think their defense is going to be that good, to be honest with you. Other than Travis Hunter and Josh Hines-Allen, but the all-line's not great. Trevor Lawrence needs to prove that he's a franchise QB, and he hasn't yet. I mean, in his one playoff when he threw 5 interceptions. So he really needs – this is a make-or-break year for Trevor Lawrence. Then the Texans, I think they'll be a playoff team. I'll probably put them over the Bengals because they have a better defense. But that O-line is not good. Like it is really bad. Then the Raiders, I think the Raiders probably be mid. Probably like bottom of mid. Geno's all right. I think Genty will be great. I think Brock Bowers is obviously really good. Max Crosby's amazing. So they have great players. It's just not a complete team. Like they don't have a young quarterback to build around. So that's the only issue. And the Chiefs, as long as they have Mahomes, they should still be a Super Bowl contender. They always get bailed out every time. Hopefully this is the year they don't, but we'll see. Then we got the Broncos. I think they'll be really good. Their defense is really good. And Bo Nix was really good. I think the Bengals offense is still way better. But I think the Broncos defense is way better. So you'd probably put them over the Texans, to be honest, because they have a better outline. And their defense is really good. Chargers, I think they'll be middle of the pack. Probably put them over the Niners. I'm not sure if I should put them over the Packers or not. I might just leave them there. I know that's Underground's favorite team. All right, the Jets. Jets are going to be bad. They'll probably be better than the Browns and Saints, but they're going to be bad. And the Bills, I still think they're a Super Bowl contender. They've been a Super Bowl contender for a while. I can't put them over the Chiefs until they beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. But yeah. Then the Dolphins, they're going to be mid. Probably like bottom of mid. I just think they're going to have a really bad year. But yeah. And then we got my Patriots. I think they'll be a middle of the pack team. I think there's a chance they make the playoffs, depending on how much Drake May improves, and how much how the O-line performs and how much better the defense. Because I think they will have one of the best defenses because of Mike Vrabel and the signings they made and the draft that they have. And Josh McDaniels being back as the offensive coordinator, like what can he drop on offense? But yeah, I'm just not really sure. Need to see it first, but I think middle of the pack is fair. I think there's a chance that they can make the playoffs. But this is what we have. Bottom 5, Saints, Browns, Titans, Colts. Then we got some young, promising teams, Panthers, Jaguars, Giants. Then the mid teams, Dolphins, Raiders, Falcons, Steelers, Cowboys, Seahawks, Middle of the pack, Patriots, 49ers, Cardinals, Chargers, Packers, Commanders, Bears. Then playoff teams, Bengals, Texans, Broncos, Rams, Vikings, Buccaneers, and then Super Bowl contenders, Bills, Chiefs, Lions, Ravens, and Eagles. But yeah, things can definitely change over time. But that's just, my ranking for now. But we'll move on to NBA. All right, so here is our NBA one. We'll start off with the New York teams. Starting off with the Brooklyn Nets. I think they're going to be bad. Their roster's a mess. They used 5 firsts in the first round, and they drafted 3 guards, which is ridiculous. They traded for Michael Porter Jr. Could make some other trades, but the roster is kind of just all over the place. There's a huge logjam at the guard spot, so they're clearly tanking this year. So there'll be some fun players to watch, but they're just not going to be good. They got the Knicks. I don't think they're a true title contender, but they'll be in the playoffs for sure because they got Brunson, Cat. Made some nice bench additions. They got Jordan Clarkson and Yabusele in there. So I think they'll be in there. The Sixers, they have a solid team. They need a true power forward, though. Like, you cannot play Paul George at power forward. You just can't do that. And it's all going to depend on how can Embiid stay healthy. Can Paul George bounce back? Jared McCain got injured. They got very unlucky last year. because of injuries. But I think this is probably going to be like the last year of Embiid being there. Because like if they can't like get to the finals when Jason Tatum's injured, then you gotta move on. Raptors, I think they'll be a playing team. They're a lot better than people give them credit for. I think Brandon Ingram will be good for them. Scotty Barnes is really good. I think Quickly is really good for them. They got Colin Murray Boyles at the bench, who's a really good defender. He had a good summer league. But I think Raptors will get in there. We got my Celtics. I think they're just going to miss the play-in just straight up. There's really no point in them making the playoffs just to be a first-round exit. I think they should tank for a high lottery pick because this draft class is really stacked. Like, it's really good. So they can get like a top 10 pick and get a really talented player with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who are in the prime of their careers. I got the Bucks. The Bucks are going to be a play-in team. I can see the Raptors being better than them. Like, besides Giannis and Miles Turner, they really don't have a good roster, unfortunately, which, stinks. Could be the last year of Giannis, too, believe it or not. But we'll see. Pacers, I think they'll be a play-in team, even without Halliburton and Miles Turner. You still got Nembhard. You still got Nesmith, Siakam. You got Mathurin. You got McConnell. They have a lot of depth still. Isaiah Jackson will be back from the Achilles tear. You got Obi Toppin still there. He's still a pretty good player. So they still have a pretty good roster, even without Halliburton. Then you got the Pistons. I think the Pistons are going to be really good. I think Cade's going to take another step up. Jaden Ivey will be back from injury. Jalen Duren's really underrated. Amen's twin, Asar, is really good. They got Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert off the bench. So I think Pistons will be like a top 4 team in the East, given how wide open it is. Then you got the Cavs. They're really the only true title contender in the East right now. I know that's crazy. Like, they choked in round 2. They were banged up with a lot of injuries. Darius Garland had turf toe, which is no joke. Like game 2, they didn't have Garland, Hunter, and Mobley. Like, that really screwed them over. So injuries suck, but Cavs are a very talented team. So I think they'll, probably, and you don't win 60 games on accident. That just doesn't happen. The Bulls need to just tank. That organization's an absolute mess. The Wizards, I actually think will be entertaining because of the young talent that they have in the youth movement. But I just don't think it'll be good enough to make it. And they could sneak in the play-in, but not a playoff team. Then you got the Hawks. I think they'll be a playoff contender. It just all depends on health. Can Porzingis stay healthy? Can Jalen Johnson stay healthy? They have a solid bench. They got Alexander Walker from Minnesota, Luke Kennard. They drafted Asa Newell. They have New Orleans first-round pick this year, which is supposed to be good and has some value to it. So I like what the Hawks have done this offseason. Then you got the Hornets. I think they'll be better than the Wizards. They could sneak into the play-in, but again, it's all going to depend on health. The Heat, I think, will make the play-in. The roster is kind of a mess, too. I mean, you got Norman Powell. You got Tyler Hero. They brought back Mitchell. I like the Jakob Jonas pick. They got Bam, Khalil Ware entering year 2, but we'll see. Then we got the Orlando Magic. I think they can be really good. They could be a sneaky 1 seed. I don't think they're a true title contender yet. I think they're a couple pieces away, but they got their best starting 5 in years. You got Jalen Suggs, you got Desmond Bane, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero. I'm a big Paulo fan, and Wendell Carter Jr. Really good defensive team. Made some nice additions on offense, so I think they'd be a very fun and entertaining team to watch this year. Kings need to just tear it up, just start over and rebuild. They're so bad, dude. The Suns, they can't even tank either because they don't have their first round pick. So the Suns are kind of a mess. I think they made good moves this offseason, but still, it's just not great. Clippers, I think they'll be a playoff team. I think they'll be a play-in team because of given how jam-packed the West is. But yeah. Then the Lakers. I think the Clippers have a better roster than the Lakers because the Lakers defense is awful. I mean, Ayton's not a good defender. LeBron's never been a good defender, especially at 40 years old. Luka's not a good defender. He doesn't play a lick of defense. Reeves isn't a good defender. Rui's not a good defender. Their best defender is Marcus Smart, which pisses me off as a Celtics fan, but whatever. But yeah, I just don't think they're going to be that good this year. Probably be an 8 seed, first round exit. They may even miss the play-in. That's also a possibility, given how loaded the West is. Then the Warriors, I think it's possible they miss the play-in if they don't get a big man, because given how old their roster is, they have a few young players, but the roster's old. I mean, Steph's still good, Jimmy's still good, but Draymond's up there in age. It's rough. Then the Jazz, they're still going to be bad. We'll see how Ace Bailey does. But the Blazers, I think it's possible they make the play-in, believe it or not. I actually think the Blazers got a solid roster. Then the Thunder, of course, defending champs for a reason. I wouldn't be shocked if they went back-to-back, to be honest, given how young they are. Their defense is that good. Denver, I love their offseason. They've had a great offseason so far. I think they should be a title contender, especially you got Jokic, Murray. You got rid of Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson. That's a huge upgrade. You got Aaron Gordon. You got Jokic back up big and Valanciunas. You brought back Bruce Brown. You got Tim Hardaway Jr. They made a lot. They improved their bench a lot. So they've had a great offseason. Then you got the Timberwolves. I think they're a playoff contender. Not a true title contender yet. Back-to-back Western Conference Finals appearances. It's impressive, but when they get there, they get destroyed. And they really haven't done that much in the offseason besides extending Naz Reid and Julius Randle. They let Alexander Walker go, but that makes the Terrence Shannon pick look better because he's expected to step into that role. Then you got the Pelicans. The Pelicans are kind of all over the place, but we'll see. Then you got the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies will make the play-in, but they're going to be struggling a lot with injuries, and they need to, stay focused. Then we got the Mavericks. The Mavericks are a playoff contender, even without Luka. You got Cooper Flagg. You got Anthony Davis. They have really good depth. They just need to stay healthy. That is the big thing. The Spurs, I think they'll make the playoffs. Probably be better than these teams because of Wemby. You got Fox, you got Dylan Harper, Castle. It's a very, very good team. They probably have the best young core in the NBA. And then finally, you got the Rockets. I think they can be a title contender because of Kevin Durant being there and the talent that he has around him with Şengün, Amen Thompson. You got Van Fleet, who has championship experience as well. They have a really good defense around Kevin Durant, so I think they're going to be a really good team. I think they could take out the Thunder in the finals. But yeah. Probably could put him over Denver, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, that's my NBA list. Obviously, things can change. It's only July. We're almost in August, but obviously a lot can change because I believe like early October is training camp, so a lot can change by then. But yeah, go like a few more minutes and then I'll sign off. Um, how's everybody doing? Yeah, NFL training camp started a couple days ago. So that's been fun. Oh damn. Josh Simmons and Ashton Gillette got into a fight that resulted in Simmons throwing a punch. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Achilles tears aren't fun. And yeah, I got it wrong. He's playing against the Lions, not the Eagles. I don't know why I thought it was the Eagles. Um, Yeah, I mean Browns have to trade one of these quarterbacks. You got Flacco, Shador, Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and they have Deshaun Watson. So yeah, this is rough. I mean, Browns fans can't catch a break. Holy moly! Yeah, this dude has 6 fingers on one hand. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Yeah, Cowboys can't get a break either. Poor Tristan. Tyler Guyton, suffered 20 CL. That's rough. Huge hit to that already mid O line. Then Cortland Sutton got extended. Then Patriots legend Cordell Patterson got released. See what we got here. Eddie Mitchell's had a rough start to training camp with 4 drops. That's not good. I mean, it's just training camp, so doesn't dictate what's going to happen this season. Tank Bigsby, okay. Shador is the only quarterback of the 4 to not get first team reps. Then Hunter's tackle performance as a defensive back. Okay. Starlin Thomas. Yeah, it's not good. Sean Slater. Yeah, that's common sense. You got to extend your offensive lineman. I'm sure Noah's going to be happy about this one. Quinn Ewers stock up after first week of training camp. Obviously, Noah was a big Quinn Ewers fan. He wanted to be a Giant so badly. And honestly, I already mentioned this earlier. Bengals finally got this taken care of. And Bills wide receiver Keon Coleman continues to struggle separating, which is not good. And Aaron Rodgers threw an interception on the first pass. That's funny. And Justin Fields got injured, which is unfortunate. I mean, that Jets team is bad enough. Oh, geez. Cam Ward struggled 11 of 26 with 3 interceptions. That's not good. Noah's a big Cam Ward fan as well. This is wild, by the way. And then Patriots rookie wide receiver Kyle Williams has been cooking. Again, only training camp, but see how it pans out. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks, dude. Appreciate the support. But I'm gonna end it off here, guys. Just not a lot to talk about, unfortunately. Um, Obviously, if I had seen Superman and Fantastic Four, I would have talked about that, of course. But I apologize. But um, um, I got a busy work schedule this week, so I had to get a stream out tonight for you guys. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one, and enjoy the rest of your week. Good night.